Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Thank you, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, no, is it welcome, one and all? Oh, well. Um, you know what I mean. Okay, let me see who was here first. Helen Marmon, thank you so much for being here first. And everybody else. Okay, let's get on with it. Okay, don't forget, what is the date? December 3rd? Oh, yeah, wait. December 3rd. Don't forget, with love, Megan, save the date. And whatever social media that you have, please make sure that you spread the word so that everybody will know to be there. I personally am going to wear a tuxedo if I can find it. May be difficult because I don't remember ever having one, but um, I'm looking forward to it. For me, that is going to be the start of Christmas. That is going to be the start of the Christmas season. Is with love, Megan. Holiday celebration. Okay, and also, don't forget to donate. There is a link for you at the Royal Sussex Post. If you go to the menu, go to like Royal Sussex home screen and look up there at the top, and you'll see where it says post. It used to say community, but now it says post. 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 And yeah, just, a grande or a porquito, some type of donation, whether it's grande or poquito. Um, for me, mucho poquito. Um, but yeah, do something. Just and of course, the Sussexes made the initial donation of $50,000, right? No, no, no. Is it 50? No, how much is it? 500,000. No, let me see. I think it's 500. No, 50. It's 50. 50K. Yeah, 50K. I don't know if they're planning to do any matches, but like a matching amount. I don't know if that's in the cards, but I'm really invested in this because it is. I think they were the ones who established the GoFundMe. I think Archwell established this GoFundMe. Maybe. Yeah, there it is. $50,000. Archwell Foundation. And what was it yesterday? Let me see what it was yesterday when I first announced. Go here, go there. Ah, there it is. It was 50,778, right? Well, right now it is 51,605. So yesterday there were 25 donations. Today there are 42 donations, including one from Royal Sussex. You can see that one there at the top, Royal Sussex. Yeah, including the one from Royal Sussex. So, um, the link. Oh well, you know what? Why don't I'll just go over there and grab the link, and I'll put that link up at the top. Uh, is that it? Okay, I want to put their link at the top. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, so there's the link. And now I'm going to post that up there at the top of the chat. But if you can't do it today, just remember to go over to the community post and it will be there waiting for you. Okay? All right. I'm excited. I'm always excited to see what the Sussex squad can do. Okay, and oh, well, I may as well see what Feminagra has to say about this here. Oh no, that's the wrong one. When will I see you again? When will our hearts be together? Okay, Feminagra says, just do a little bit of this one here. Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex have added real world impact to their next Netflix release, with the documentary only weeks away from its December 9th, save that date as well, December 9th premiere. Harry and Meghan made a $50,000 donation through their Archwell Foundation to support Masaka Kids Africana. The gift directly supports the Ugandan dance troupe featured in the film. It also showed how closely they stayed involved with the communities connected to their projects. And don't forget, you guys, Harry and Meghan are executive producers. They are the producers. This is a Archwell production, which makes me very, very proud. Yes, an Archwell production. Okay. Okay. Oh, let me go down here. There it is. So the dance troupe has a long connection to the couple. Harry and Meghan first discovered Masaka Kids Africana during the early days of the pandemic, watching their viral video with their son Archie. Oh my goodness, I could just imagine Archie doing the dance with those kids, just watching them on screen. And then all of a sudden, you know how kids are, they stand in front of the television and start jumping up and down. A spokesperson later confirmed that the family followed the group long before Netflix approached them about a film. Aha! The Netflix trailer arrives on the same day as the donation was made public. Netflix released the trailer for Masaka Kids, A Rhythm Within. The documentary follows the children of the Masaka region as they use dance to heal and form communities. It offers a closer look at the group behind global viral clips. It will also introduce viewers to a story shaped by resilience. So let's see here. I think we're good with that. It's a very short article anyway. Yep. Okay. So remember, it is the 3rd and the 9th. Those are the dates in December that you need to remember, the 3rd and the 9th. Okay, got it? All right. You know the assignment. All right. So back over here. And don't forget, executive producers. If anyone asks you if Harry and Meghan are their producers, make sure you remind them that they are executive producers. I am very, very much determined to make sure people know that they are executive producers, not just producers. Okay? That's very important to me. I don't want there to be any confusion. All right? Executive producers. Archwell Foundation. Oh my goodness. I thought I heard Darth Vader. Well, if it isn't Captain CPAP, Captain CPAP, also known as Robert Jobson. Robert Captain CPAP Jobson. Robert Jobson. You know what? I'm not even going to do any type of soundbite because I don't even want to hear what he has to say. I'll just relay it to you. Do me a favor. Do not feel compelled to go over and watch that thing that he was on. He says that Harry is concerned about the future. He wants you to know that neither Harry nor Meghan are still young people. You know, young is a state of mind. They certainly are not old people. I wouldn't say that they're middle aged. Okay, in a classic sense, yes, they are middle age. I think you can actually call middle age at 40. However, there is nothing about them that remotely looks middle aged. They just have a certain light, they have a certain energy, they have a certain way, and you just don't get that. Now, okay, his brother and his brother's wife, to me, they seem like they're ancient just because of the way that they carry themselves. But there's a certain youth and vigor about the Sussexes that is timeless, ageless, and dare I say, appealing to most people. So it is a whole nother thing. You know, I've looked at quite a few of these images where you will see a 40-year-old, let's say, actor, and that actor is now in their 80s, right? And their 40s, like Sean Connery, when he made his first 007 movie, he wasn't that old, but God, he did not look like he was in his 30s, right? Let's see. How old was Sean Connery when he made his first 007 movie? He was 30. Let me see. First scene filmed of Dr. No, he was 31 years old. Now, if you compare 31-year-old, he was 32 when it was released. You look at the typical Hollywood 31, 32-year-old, and they don't seem nearly as mature as a Sean Connery. I don't know why. Like the actor Wilford Brimley, if you remember that name, then you're old. But Wilford Brimley, character actor, I think he starred in the movie Cocoon. Well, when he was 40, he looked 60. And even what's his name that played Archie Bunker? Let me see. How old was Carroll O'Connor when he played Archie Bunker? 46 years old. 46. He was only 46. His hair was white. He had a receding hairline. 46 today is not the same as 46 back in 1970. Do you get what I'm saying? So Harry and Meghan, think about it. Meghan at 43 is just 3 years younger than Carroll O'Connor was when he played Archie Bunker. How old was Jean Stapleton when she first played Edith? Let me see here. Okay, Jean Stapleton was 48. I didn't know she was older than Archie. But my point is, they were 1970, 40, what did I say, 43 and 48. Compare that to Harry and Meghan, you know, it's just, it seems very different for some reason. So Harry and Meghan, they're Hollywood 40 somethings. Will and Kate, they're royal family 40 somethings, and their 40 somethings on them looks more like 50 something. You know what I'm saying? They're always going to look older than Harry and Meghan. They just don't have that energy. They just don't have it. Whatever that is, they just don't have it. So, yes, Jabba the Hutt says that Harry is going to be broke. This is the part that I really hated. He said that Harry was going to be broke and bald and not so famous, that no one is going to be interested in him by the time he turns 50. I just can't imagine that. I don't know if he was playing to his base or if he really believes that. Now, it is not beyond Robert No Neck Jobson to make up stuff just to appeal to his constituents. But I don't see a world where Harry is 50 years old and ignored. If Harry looks that good at 40, there's not going to be a whole lot that's going to change by the time he's 50. I just don't see that happening. Okay, his hair may eventually get very white if he wants it to, but he's in Hollywood. They're doing extraordinary things. Ask Kris Jenner. They are doing extraordinary things in Hollywood. So he's only going to get as old as he allow himself to be. And Meghan, well, we know she's just a fountain of youth. Let's see. Maxine Lawrence, thank you so much for joining us. So, yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Robert Jobson, who, which, by the way, this is like my favorite photo of Robert Jobson. I don't know why I feel like he may have called into one of he did a Zoom, probably. This looks like he's doing a Zoom from the loo at Heathrow, doesn't it? Doesn't it? He's all sweaty and pensive, and I feel like he's at the loo at Heathrow, and he is, you know, kind of greedy and wants to make as much money as possible. Until I know better, I am going to assume that Robert Jobson is at the loo at the Heathrow International Airport trying to squeeze another dime out of his career. And, well, he just needs the money too much to ever miss out an opportunity to do one of those call-ins or whatever. I'm looking at some of your comments here. Oh, you guys are all wound up, aren't you? But hey, listen, they have been making that comment about Harry for a long time. They feel that Harry's motivation was to get out of the royal family before he becomes Uncle Edward, right? Edwina, before he turns into Uncle Edwina. He had to get out of there before he turned into, well, some other not so important royal in the family. But Harry's connection to his work, Harry's connection to the military, the fact that Harry has successfully, he was the founder of Invictus, the founder of Travelers, the co-founder of Centabale. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? Co-founder of the Archwell. He's a thinking person. He is incredibly talented. When I first realized exactly how talented Prince Harry is when he was doing the Me You Can't See, where he worked as a co-producer. Oprah, who has a very strong personality, you must admit, Oprah actually wanted to do something with Harry for a while. And so while they were at the wedding, she kind of pitched the idea to him. And Harry's like, oh, I'd love to. Oprah wanted the Me You Can't See to be something that was just totally based in the US. And it was Harry who said, this seems so much, no, he's not seem, it is so much bigger that we have to take it global. So the Me You Can't See, which is a great documentary, by the way, would not have been half the documentary that it was if it wasn't for Harry's input. Okay? And he didn't sit there as a silent partner in this project and just, nod his head and go along with everything that Oprah said. He had ideas. And even when they were doing a Zoom, because it was the pandemic, of course, they were doing a Zoom with, I think, some PhD or something like that. And there was little Harry holding his own rather, with Oprah, who is very bright in anybody's book, and then whoever this PhD was. And he's just like, he even had Oprah pause. He was like, I want to add something else to that. And I'm just like, you know what? This guy is good. This guy is good. So I don't see a world where, there's a possibility that Harry is going to be broke and bald and howling to the four winds in despair. I just don't see that. And then there's these other fossils. Now, I got these photos. If you were on X, formerly known as Twitter, there was a group there earlier, and someone posted not only these two photos, but that one on the left side. And of course, what's his name? Arthur Edwards. I don't know why I look at him and I just, something about him to me just always says freak. Oh, he looks freakish. Anyway, um, it's just weird to me that these two individuals and these two individuals, and there's so many others that will meet up in a studio, take their place on the panel, and say a few things about the rest of the royal family, but then they spend the bulk of their time trying to prosecute some case against Meghan and to a lesser extent Harry. And yet we're supposed to believe the Sussexes are so irrelevant that it doesn't matter what they do or they don't do. But if it really does not matter, then stop talking about them. If they do not mean anything to anybody, all they got to do is stop talking about them. And you and I both know that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. How will they ever take their grandchildren to Euro Disney if they stop talking about the Sussexes? Now, that is Maureen. What is her name? Maureen. Oh gosh, Maureen O'Hara. No. Oh gosh, what her name just slipped. And of course, Meghan Kelly. They were on a mission today. They were on a mission. As a matter of fact, they're always on a mission. And what were their mission? Drag Meghan, drag Michelle Obama, and of course, let me see, who else were they dragging? Oprah Winfrey. Do you guys see a pattern? Do you all see a pattern? Now, of course, Maureen writes for the Daily Fail. She's the one that it's not a very politically correct name, but I have referred to her as the albino assassin. Anyway, Maureen, the albino assassin, and Meghan Kelly, I do have a name for her, but I can't say it right now. Something to do with Barbie, I could assure you. One of their favorite sports is anything that involves being hypercritical of women of color, in particular, Black women, but women of color. That's their usual diet. Megyn Kelly's days may be numbered, though. I don't know how much lower she can go. I mean, they already run her off of mainstream television, but she said something, and I cannot repeat it. I just cannot repeat it. But I put it there on the screen, but I just cannot repeat it. And it almost reminds me of Lady C when she was trying to defend Andrew, the sick old man. And in their quest to exonerate them in the eyes of the public, she actually dug a hole for herself by implying that, well, it's not like it was this, it was that. Both this and that are not right. Okay? Now, maybe you've seen it today, maybe you haven't. I can't, I just can't. But it all has to do with everything they're talking about in the news today, having to do with the files. The files, the files, the files. And I could not believe that she would be so dumb as to stoop to that level to try and defend the Orange Menace. It's just like there's other things that she could have and probably should have spoken about. Now, she did not do this in the presence of Maureen, to be fair to you, or to her. It was with this other lady that you see with the purple top on. And I'm thinking today, you're dragging Oprah, you're dragging Meghan, you're dragging Michelle Obama, right? And believe me, both of them were trying to describe how hideous Michelle Obama looked in a denim outfit she wore. And you can tell, I mean, it was very ugly. It was very ugly. Both of them were being incredibly rude. And I'm thinking, how can Megyn Kelly be so toxic in this moment when she has this conversation over her head, meaning the little exchange you see on the right side there? That happened, I think, yesterday or today. I'm going to say yesterday. So yesterday, you're going through that. And today, you want to drag, I guess she has to do that. Maybe that distraction might be the only thing that will save her. I don't know. But it was really, really uncalled for. But that's how she felt. Just like when Lady C was trying to defend Andrew, the sick old man. It amazes me that they find the gatekeepers. Remember, I told you, people like you see there, those are gatekeepers. They pretend that they're modern women, right? They call themselves feminists, but they're not feminists for everyone. They're only feminists for other white women, but those white women have to be right wing, okay? And trust me, under certain circumstances, they will not defend each other. Those two people would not defend each other. They will defend the Orange Menace. They will defend a whole lot of white men, but they won't even defend each other. They will turn on each other. That's why I call them gatekeepers, because they pretend to be something that they're not, just like Rachel Johnson. She fancies herself a feminist of sorts, but yet Rachel Johnson is the one. Didn't she write the article saying that Meghan's blood was going to taint the royal family? They can't help themselves. They cannot help themselves. It's incredible, but now you see how the Orange Menace made it to office not only the first time, but the second time. And in spite of everything that we know about him, the gatekeepers give him a free pass. But they're feminists, but they give them a free pass. And it's about race. It is about race, whatever they say. So anyway, let's hope that this whatever the things that she said about the age of individuals, let's hope that that does not escape notice of most people in the public. I have a feeling that somehow she's going to manage to worm her way past all of this, but I hope not. I hope they turn the heat up. I mean, they are dragging her on social media, just so you know. They are dragging her. See, one thing about that kind of stuff, those issues, those offenses, not what she said, but the people that she's defending, is that there's a lot of people out there that have been preyed upon, that are not only looking for justice for themselves, but they're looking for justice for other people. And also, they are hoping that they can prevent future situations from happening. So, again, I'm choosing my words carefully, but it's incredible who they choose to defend and who they want to drag through the mud. So they go after Meghan, they go after Oprah, and of course, Michelle Obama. They were having quite a party. They made a picnic out of it. And yet, Megyn Kelly has those words hanging over her head. I want to see how this pans out over the weekend. Now, the Daily Mail, the Daily Mail decided that they wanted to make an issue of Meghan using her cipher. Now, the cipher you see on the right side, that is the cipher that she used at Kensington Palace. The one that you see on the left side that comes from the note that was written for this lady that they spent some time with there, that has the newer cipher. That's the one that they use in Montecito. And of course, as we all know, In Montecito, there are no leaks. Okay? So that is the Montecito cipher. It is a combined M and H. That is a combined M and H. So it's interchangeable for both Meghan and Harry. And she is entitled to use that. That style, that cipher is hers to use. And every time they see that, they have a fit about it. They called it I think they called it a cipher or whatever they called it. Kind of like they always say the pseudo royal tour, that kind of thing. But I want you to notice something. Daily Mail did not use that letter, not even in the redacted form. They didn't use it. And you know why they didn't use it? Because Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, beat the socks off of them in a court of law. And they don't want that trouble again. So rather than put themselves at risk, seeing that their profit margins are already shrinking and getting smaller by the day, they used the cipher from Kensington Palace to describe Meghan's offense and not the screenshot of the letter that you see on the left side. And why is that, right? Well, let's not forget, how did Meghan end up in court with Daily Mail in the first place? Because of the law of copyright. Meghan, as the author of that letter, owns a copyright. In the courts, in His Majesty Court, should I say, in the courts in the UK, you have a copyright as the writer of that letter. It does not matter who possessed the letter, it is yours because you signed it. Now, I don't think that goes the same here in the US, but in the UK, Meghan owns that letter no matter who she gave it to. And she could have taken them to court again. So they wanted to make sure they didn't get in trouble. So they rather use just a picture of an old cipher rather than the screenshot of that new letter. So I would say, I would say they don't want any trouble. So good for you, Meghan. I think you got them on the run with that one. All right. Well. Look who's wearing the butterfly collar. And it is not a singer from the 1970s. It is Afro Annie. The last time I saw a butterfly collar that big, I think I was at a Lou Rawls concert. Lou Rawls, oh, he was the king of the butterfly collar back in the day. And Afro Annie decided to get that old safari suit out and wear it again after 52 years absence. Yeah. So there's only a few people who could rock that butterfly collar, and Afro Annie is one of them. Afro Annie is so old school, ain't she? She's so old school. Still rocking the butterfly collars. If it, I ain't seen a butterfly collar like that since the last time I think I was at a Jerry Butler concert. Yeah, the Iceman Jerry Butler. I think I was at one of his concerts. So if all of a sudden you see the butterfly collar make a comeback, you could attribute that to Afro Annie. You'll never find till the end of all times Someone to love you the way I do. Oh, look at that butterfly collar. All right. Well. If it isn't the consequences of my own actions, she who has the most severe fracture of the pelvis and the tibia man has ever known. Like I say, man has ever known. Um, Lady C. Lady C is in the hospital and she's going to be there for a while. She really did mess herself up. She did. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Some people might call it karma. I hate to be one of those people to yell karma, 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 karma. Well, absent the truth, what else do you call it? If it wasn't that, then what was it? Old Castle Goring is going to be pretty empty. Well, that's okay. She's still got those two adopted kids, right? They'll have parties and stuff. They'll have parties while she's still in the hospital. Even though she's in the hospital, she is still talking about Harry and Meghan. Ain't you had enough, girl? Ain't you had enough? You know the ancestors are watching you. The ancestors are watching you, and you are still cutting up. It's time to sit down somewhere. Leave Harry and Meghan alone. Leave them alone. Because I would imagine it can only get worse. Beware. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. And you want to break that, do you? Oh, man. Georgie. That is her name, right? Georgie. Georgie, I think she was at a restaurant or something, and she went to turn, and everybody heard something snap like a fresh snow pea. Of all things, her pelvis. I'm pretty sure that pelvis hasn't seen any type of. Well, I'm just sure that, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that pelvis has been out of commission for a while. So, how in the world did that happen? I mean, it's not like she was in New York doing Fleet Week, right? So what could have happened? If you know, you know. But what could have happened? I shouldn't laugh, you guys, because she's in a lot of pain. She says it hurts something terrible. I mean, in like a searing pain, like someone took a hot poker and just, and I don't like to think of anybody in such dire pain like that. Even I was about to say Georgie, even her, them, they, even them and they. I don't like to think about them in pain like that. But, well, the universe, as we know it, the universe tends to deal with things the way they deal with it. So maybe it's not a good idea to wake up in the morning and make up things about people you don't know, that you never met. You have no gossip or anything like that. You just pretend like you do. Well, I heard that Meghan, you know how dry she is. And they said, I'm like, you ain't heard nothing. But she wants to pretend like she's got some kind of hotline or something to Montecito. Um, it's like one of the biggest grifts that I've ever seen, but there you have it. If she spent half the amount of time, even just half of the time, talking about the other royals, the left behind royals, at least it would seem kind of fair. But no, she wants to go for the low hanging fruit. And maybe that's how that happened. Maybe she was trying to grab some low hanging fruit, and all of a sudden she heard something pop. Yeah, she went for the low hanging fruit, and something popped. And here we are in dire pain. Well, all I can say is it couldn't have happened to a well, there's nothing nice about her, but yeah, but anyway, you guys, I hate that happened to her, and seriously, I mean, I don't wish any. Mm, well, that shouldn't have happened. I was gonna say I don't wish anything like that on people, but I got to think about that first. Have I wished something like that before? I don't know, but yeah, and if that's not enough, that she's in hospital. She's even doing Dan Wooten's show. She's even doing Dan Wooten's show. With Meghan and Harry. And well, I tell you what, if there was only some way to describe what her next move should be, if there was only someone who knew what should happen next. Oh, I know.
Hey, girl, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Stop.
Okay, so there you have it. I would say sit down. That's what you need to do. Actually, both of those ladies on the screen need to sit down. Take several seats. Now, keeping up with the Sussexes. That young lady that you see right there on the left side, she has some words of wisdom that she would like to share with the Sussex squad. And I have to say, I agree with everything she said. So, give me a second to cue it up here.
As someone who makes videos on the internet is insufferable because we can't form our own opinions anymore without an absurd amount of online discourse. So I guess that's my disclaimer before I contribute to the discourse. And also it's my disclaimer for why I'm annoyed about contributing to this discourse. Harry and Meghan went to Kris Jenner's birthday party. It was at Jeff Bezos' house. Kris Jenner is on Meghan's PR list. They've been photographed together. Meghan's mom has been photographed with Kris Jenner. Like, it's clear they run in the same circles. They're like forming a friendship. It also seems that they were party hopping on Saturday night. They were out and about. They went to a gala, and then they were pictured at Kris Jenner's birthday party. I do not like that they went to Jeff Bezos' house. Let's just say that first and foremost. I don't like Jeff Bezos. I don't really like Kris Jenner. That doesn't really matter. The reason none of that matters is because I don't know them. They weren't asking me for my opinion about whether or not they should go. I didn't get invited to Kris Jenner's birthday party. I've never had to make that decision. Would I go to Kris Jenner's birthday party? I don't know. I wasn't invited. I feel like the internet has made us very black and white about our opinions about what famous people do. It's like, oh, they went to Jeff Bezos' house? Okay, they suck. And if that's how you feel, like, that's how you feel, and that's fine. But you commenting about it on the internet, like, isn't going to change anything. Personally, I think there was probably a lot of nuance in their decision to go to Jeff Bezos' house. And that nuance is something that we will never be privy to because we don't know them like that. And I always come back to that. Every single time there's a conversation about Meghan and Harry, like, we don't know them like that. Just let it be. Like, okay, and Does that outweigh everything else that they do? If it does to you, then cool, you don't like them. That's fine. It doesn't to me. Because one thing I've never done is tell you have to support Meghan and Harry and you have to be their fan. All I do on the internet is encourage people to not contribute to harmful conversations about them. What I do not like about the online discourse around this is that every single time they do something, the comment section of a negative video about them or like a paparazzi video about them is always, oh, this is what Meghan has wanted all along. And you don't know her like that. It always has to come back to Meghan being the bad guy. And I feel like the point I'm trying to make here is that we are allowed to critique famous people. We should critique rich people. But anytime someone makes a video that's even slightly negative about Harry and Meghan, it opens the door to the most crazy, toxic, insane takes and points of view. And I just feel like until we get to a place where we can have a level-headed conversation about them, we just got to tread carefully. That's all. Have your opinion. Have your opinion. You don't have to like them, but just be chill about it. You know what I mean?
I like her. I like her. This week, some people were in their feelings about the Sussexes going to that party, while the vast majority of us are going to support them, regardless of, that situation. It is eye-opening. And it's not the first time. There were some people that felt a certain way about Gaza, about whatever that was with that community center that time. They have to navigate through some very treacherous waters, whilst at the same time raising two children, two very young children. And they even have Doria to consider, because Doria has to go out in this world and, she's encountering people. And of course, they have each other. There's a lot of things they have to consider. They are never going to be just average citizens. That's out of the question. Titles or no titles. And of course, there were some people who had a falling out because of the titles. A lot of people are just very frustrated. Just give up the titles. Just give up the titles. Look, I get it. But if they want to keep the titles, I respect that. I don't think it's going to change very much whether they have titles or they don't. But you know what's going to happen? Without the titles, there's going to be a whole new talking point. So anyone who thinks that giving up those titles would be very wise to do so that they won't have that to throw in their faces anymore, oh my goodness, they'll just be getting started, wouldn't they? Because then that would be the thing. If they still had those titles, if he still had those titles, he should have kept those titles. They would love for them to give up their titles or to have their titles taken away so that would give them something else to talk about. It doesn't matter whether Harry's in uniform or not. It doesn't matter whether they have titles or not. It's always going to be a comparison made, because comparing the Sussexes and the Waleses could only help elevate the Waleses' stature. It will only help them, and it will cause a lot of, shall we say, hardship for the Sussexes. Not that they're going to be poor, not that they are going to lose their friends and such, but let's face it, the less negative coverage that you have, the better things will be. Now, there are periods when, there's less of it, there's periods when there's more of it. But let's not pretend like this round the clock hate campaign has no effect on their lives, on their mental health and well being, because it does. But they're certainly not defeated. And in some ways, yeah, it probably has the opposite effect, because there are people that are definitely going to help them fight their corner. Like myself, I'm invested in them becoming billionaires, one jar of raspberry preserve at a time. I don't know how many jars of raspberry preserves I got to eat for them to be a billionaire, but I'm going to try, damn it. I'm going to try. Connie Bomber! Hey, Connie Bomber. So anyway, that was a a great video from, let's see, what is her name? Is it Dinosaur? Oh, you know what? I didn't get her name the first time around. Let me take a look. I can barely see that, but I'm going to give it a try. Yes, it's Dinosaur with 2 R's. Dinosaur 5. Dinosaur with 2 R's. Dinosaur 5 on TikTok. Well done. Well done. Okay. A royal turnout. You know, they're so busy talking about Harry and Meghan at that party. It is a great cover, don't you think? Let's think about how useful it is to talk about Harry and Meghan at Kris Jenner's birthday party, because then you don't notice that William didn't make it to that. What did you all say that was? Remembrance something. He didn't make it to this show. He didn't make it. He chose to sit that one out. Now, who knows where he was? He could have definitely have gone. He was back from Brazil on time. I don't know if he was faking jet lag or if he just didn't want to go. But he was not there. George went in his place, which was also very clever. People were so busy thinking about how exciting it was that George was there, they almost didn't notice that William was not. Go figure. So I would say that for William's sake, that probably turned out rather nicely. But it's unfortunate because they are using the Sussexes for a variety of reasons, and this is just one of them. And of course, they were saying that Harry looked so unhappy. Meghan's dragging him around as her plus one, but take a look on the left side. They make no comment about the look on William's face, as though he's being dragged around. And the reason why they can get away with refusing to acknowledge that is because they constantly have Harry to throw the light on, right? They'll put him in focus and ignore William. I mean, William was not a happy camper that day. Now, if they were to mention something about that, they'll say that, oh, yes, look at how he's so concerned about his wife that he can't even enjoy himself. He's probably wondering, does she need a chair? Should she have worn more extensions in her hair that day? Or did he just notice, gee, one of her eyebrows is higher than the other? I don't know. There's a variety of reasons he could be looking like that. None of them are good, I'm sure. Is he missing one of his colleagues? I don't know what it is. But my point is, They used the Sussexes as a distraction. So if there's anything that I don't really like about the party the other day, that is the fact that it's giving them much desired cover. Now, does that mean that Harry and Meghan should not go to a party? I'm certainly not saying that. I'm glad they went. I don't have anything against the Kardashians. I don't know a whole lot about them. And people have tried to tell me, oh, well, this happened and that happened. I don't really care. I don't. Um, it's so much other stuff that I'd rather focus on besides that. Um, yeah, I don't know. And I'm not that interested. So nobody needs to try to explain it to me because I feel like I've heard it before. And the fact I haven't internalized it at all means that I probably didn't care. See there? Now finally William smiles, right? But otherwise, he looks bored out of his mind. He's allowed to do that because, well, he has the weight of empire on his shoulders. But Harry, oh, he's just Meghan drags him every place. It's the same old song and dance. It's never going to be fair. But this is the point I was making about the titles. For those of you that from the beginning was saying, oh, they should just give up those titles, it's not going to matter. What's going to happen without the titles is that they will give the tabloids something else to exploit, another talking point. So you might as well keep the titles because I think it looks nice on stationery. You may as well keep the titles because they're not going to let up on you anyway. This abuse is here to stay. If they went back to the UK, put their heads down and just worked, cut ribbons, pulled the curtain on the plaques and everything, they would still be after them. So you may as well be in one of the most ideal zip codes in America, living in a home with 16 bathrooms, a view of the ocean, a tea house. You might as well stay in Montecito. Because wherever they go, whatever they do, and of course, I don't believe they would ever go back to that family, but wherever they go or whatever they do, it's always going to be more of the same. Whatever happens, might as well keep the titles. Plus, them keeping those titles, that gives me that ability to use my passive aggressive nature so that I could, put HRH, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, Princess Meghan. I love doing that because it really gets on a deranger's nerves. So I get a kick out of it. And guess what, you guys? I'm done. Done, done, done. I told you guys we'd probably be here for about an hour. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight. Love you guys. I will see you all next time. Oh, goodness, I only had 20 slides. Usually I have about 40 to 50, sometimes 60. Anyway, cheers. Toodles. Don't forget to make a donation for the, that thing at the top of the chat. Okay?